I want to talk about the D-Rocker setup, because a lot of people have been having problems when we talk about which sluice boxes you need and don't need and things like that. So I want to kind of clear that up. But another thing that I also want to do is I want to mention we're at Nighthawk here, and you got 3 water sources on the property. You got the pond over there, and you got the creek over here. Now, a lot of people have been having problems with getting water from this creek. And I understand their problem. I did the same thing. I have 1 water hose over here now, but I was trying to run 2. And I must have messed around with the water hose for at least a half an hour. Flipping it around in different spots in there, restringing it along the ground here, and various things that I've done. And I probably fought it for at least a half an hour to 45 minutes between the 2 hoses, maybe even an hour, trying to get water to the plant, because both hoses were at first coming across here. I didn't know if it was getting glitched out because of all the wires that it was crossing and things like that. There was also points where the hose was kind of going down in the ground, the graphics. And I don't know what exactly was causing it to be a problem. But I finally did get water going to it here after about an hour. And what I did is I ran my second water pump, because I run a second one down here for my other things down at the bottom. I ran it to the pond, and it worked on the first shot just like it should. Okay, so this is the D-Rocker plant setup. I've got a conveyor here, that's a conveyor hopper, that's got dirt in it. We got the conveyor in line. You're going to see that this stand here is empty, because that is for the S-Boulder's sluice box. S stands for shaker, and your shaker would sit like this, and the dirt would fall through that goes to your plant, and your boulders would fall down the back end and roll down this. And we no longer need that. In fact, I'm not sure that we need it, even in the shaker, but I'm going to do a test on that later. All I know is with the D-Rocker right now. Now, there's going to be a sluice box. You see that we're missing one there on that stand there. And that is the T-Rocks Sluice Box. They would come out of the shaker, slide down there, and then dissolve into the ground. And we don't need that anymore, because they're just going to drop down here onto the ground and dissolve as it is. We do need the one that's in front of us here, the big long one, because that is the shaker trommel sluice box. And even though we're not running a shaker, we still need it because it runs to the trommel. So don't get rid of that. Down here at the bottom, the reason I'm doing this is because there was confusion, and somebody thought that I was saying to take out the trommel duplex jig sluice box, which is the one that has your mats, when in fact I was talking about getting rid of the trommel rocks sluice box, because the rocks will just drop out of the bottom there and hit the ground and dissolve, and so you don't need that sluice box. The only other thing I've got going down here is I've got the hog pan set up, but I'm not really using it. I just did it for a demo to show that you could do that. That's why I've got the head taken off here full of dirt. Because if I don't, it fills up with dirt in about 2 to 3 seconds, and you get that message that it's full of dirt. That will be fixed eventually, I've been told, and because it doesn't deliver as much gold as it's supposed to. And it fills up too fast, so they're going to work on that. But the idea was to show you the setup and show you that it works without those sluice boxes, because you don't need them. So we're going to fire up my water here first. Caught on something there. Work our way around here. Now I've got my things all set up on here in the opposite order. From top to bottom, so we're going from bottom to top. So the thing is, I don't want to start turning on the conveyor or the conveyor hopper and it start pushing dirt. And let's say I got the conveyor on, it's pushing dirt into the D-Rocker, but the D-Rocker isn't running yet and things like that. You don't want to do that, so I want to start at the back end. Start with the duplex jig, the trommel, the D-Rocker, the conveyor belt, and then the conveyor belt hopper. Should have dirt falling through there any second. There we go. So you'll see those rocks will drop down there. They will start to build up, but they do eventually just go away. So you don't really need that sluice box. And I'm going to check later if you even need it on the shaker. But for right now, we're just working on the de-rocker setup. And as you can see, we don't need that other sluice box. And everything will be working just fine. Now what I do like that they've done is that they've adjusted the timing on the duplex jig so that you don't have to switch out like 6 buckets per run. And it makes it a lot easier, and you get the same amount of gold that you did before, and it's the same amount of gold that you probably should get. So I really like that they've done that, being able to keep those at approximately the same point. That is just so awesome. But as you can see, everything worked just fine. And I'm probably out of dirt. Oh, wrong button. So there you have it. That's what we got going with the de-rocker. Now let's say you wanted to get rid of those sluice boxes that you don't need. The quickest way is not to get a set of chains and start pulling them suckers out, but to go to your tent and go to the transport area. Now I don't have a claim that has those sluice boxes on it because I've already removed them. But I'll show you what I'm talking about at least. Now what I did is they originally were over here at Nighthawk, but I have already moved them over here. So all you're going to do is, let's say these were over here. You're just going to click on them and move them back into storage. And that will be the S-Rocks Sluice Box, the S-Boulder Sluice Box, and the T-Rocks Sluice Box. Then later on, you can always put these back on a claim and they'll be off your machine and laying off to the side. You can push them or drag them into, or use chains to pull them into a sell point and get rid of them. Because that's just the easiest way to get rid of them. It'll just pop them right off of your machine. And you won't have to use any chains to remove them. I am going to do a test later to see if you even need those sluice boxes with your shaker. Because we're all under the impression that we do. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that is the de-rocker. I hope that helps you out a little bit. And I'll try to do a little test later on the shaker and see how that works out. But till then, keep digging. Okay. So this is where we are. What I've done is I'm now going to try to do the same experiment without those same sluice boxes, but actually still using the shaker, because I don't believe you need them even when using the shaker. So I'm going to start off by firing it up and see if it makes any difference at all, or if we still get our gold. I sure hope so, because I'm digging on a really rich spot. I would hate to think I'm just going to lose all that gold. Of course I won't, because I'll just restart. But wish it wouldn't have sent me up the creek there. So we should start getting dirt. And the fact that this box isn't here should mean nothing. Although I don't know that for sure. And as you can see, we're getting gold. And so I don't believe you need those sluice boxes, the shaker, as well as with the de-rocker. We seem to be getting gold at the same pace. Everything seems to be fine. Yeah, I thought I ran out of dirt. I do have a little bit of dirt left in the truck. I apologize for these frames. When I've got machinery running and stuff, it just goes to shit. And I do have it on the lowest settings. And usually I'm still running around 17 frames. So I don't know why we're only getting 6 right now. I honestly don't know. As you can see, we are running the shaker without those same sluice boxes, and it does not appear to have any effect because we're having no problem getting our gold without those 3 sluice boxes. So there you have it, folks. I think we have the exact same process without those 3 sluice boxes on both of them. I did not see any difference. So we'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, that's what I got for us. Hope you have a great day. Keep digging.